Good morning and welcome to level 2 of our functions unit. As I said last class, we start with level 1 and then we work our way up from there. We've had a few assignments where we've been working with linear functions, graphing them, seeing them in tables, talking about domain and range, evaluating them. Now we're going to go up to quadratic functions. Quadratic functions. So open it up, and as you're looking at number 1, I'm going to use this Desmos calculator, which again I always recommend having up, to just show you what this looks like. So y equals x before, that was our line. It had a positive slope. It went up and to the right. Now, as I accidentally typed in x works the same way, but we're going to say x squared. You'll notice the shape turns from the line to what looks to be a U shape. This is called a parabola. It's also called a quadratic function. Now, each of the graphs and the equations in not only this lesson, but the next couple, are going to be quadratic functions, meaning we are going to look at U-shaped graphs and what happens when we mess with them. So number 1 is going to serve as a bit of notes for the rest of our problems. And so notice you have these 4 equations. Now they might be in different orders. So I've got this x plus 11 in parentheses up top and my x minus 11 in parentheses on the bottom. That might be, find it on your screen in a different spot. So don't just match them up exactly how you see me, because you might get it wrong because they're in different orders. First thing we're going to do is we're going to ignore the parentheses, and I'm just going to start by typing in this equation right here. So if I say plus 11, let's see what happens to my graph. Whoop. You can see that it went up 11, where the bottom was at 0, 0, and now it was at 0, 11. So find the one that has no parentheses and a plus sign, and then mark shift it up. So I'm going to return that to its base of 0, 0, and now minus 11. Well, the other one went up. This one, yep, it went down, as it seems like it should logically. All right. Then we get into the other 2 directions, left and right. Now you would think that minus means left if I'm going left and right, because like minus 11, for instance, is left 11. It's like right here off the screen. However, there's something about the parentheses here that makes everything backwards, and that the number we care about is actually not negative 11, but positive 11. So if you ever see parentheses like this and an x inside of it, always think opposite. And in this case, opposite of left that you would think, sure enough, I'll show you. Y equals x minus 11. Oop, didn't do that. Squared. And sure enough, there it is. I'll zoom out a little bit. It's to the right. So find your x minus 11, move that right, which means, sure enough, yes, the other one is to the left. So plus 11 in parentheses left, minus 11 in parentheses right, plus 11 outside of parentheses or no parentheses up, minus 11 with no parentheses is down. After we do that work, we could simply just copy on our notes to use in the rest of our problems. So right now it says, what happens if I do plus 10 and it's not in parentheses? Well, plus 10, not in parentheses. Oh, that meant up. So all I have to do is I have to say up. And how much is it up? It's up by 10. It's up by 10. Great. Again, if you need more time, just pause at this point, because I'm moving on to number 3. Oh, now I've got the minusing outside of parentheses. And I'm just going to keep doing this over here so you can see. Ah, yes, that is down. I said 10, but you could go 20 if you want. It doesn't really matter. It is important that you type in the correct number here, though. Notice I'm not putting negative 20. I'm just putting 20. You still move 20 in each direction, including down, not negative 20. All right, now I've got my plus 19 in parentheses. Wow, that got screwed up. Let's clean this up. Look at that equation. Whew. And then always got to be squared. Oh yeah, plussing on the inside, that's opposite, so that's left. And again, left by 19. Always positive, so we're moving here. Okay, 4 down, 6 to go. Or sorry, not 6, there's not 10 problems, only 9. 4 down, 5 to go. And finally, we've gone up, down, left. Now we're going right. Again, I can just replace this with a minus, and you see it goes over to the right. And it's important that I put in the correct number into my core focus assignment. All right, that's 1 through 5. Now on 6, we are going to match up our blue graph with our equation as it says here. So the blue graph is going to match this equation. Notice this red graph's always in the same spot. It's always right in the middle. It's at the point 0, 0. And yet our blue graph moves around. It's all in different spots. Let's think about where it should be. I've got a plus on the inside of my parentheses. So a plus on the inside of my parentheses means that it should be left. So we want to find a blue graph that's right on the axis and it's moved left 6. If you're unsure and yours looks way different, use this calculator, type it in, or just use your notes from number 1. And find the one that matches the graph. See? Left 6 right on the axis. Perfect. I only care about the blue one. The red one's going to be in the same spot, 0, 0 each time. I think we've got another one like that coming up. Yes, we do. Now I've got plus 6 on the outside. So, no parentheses. X squared plus 6. Ah, yes. That is moved up. So I need to find the one that's like right there where this arrow is pointing. Scroll down. Can I find it? Can I find it? There it is. It's up 6. Okay. Awesome. Now we just have our last 2 problems. And these are where we're filling in equations. Write an equation for the transformation. So that means that everyone needs to start off by typing in y equals. They want y equals instead of the traditional f of x for this. That's fine. And we want it to go down 2. Well, the reminder down is just subtracting on the outside. So I could type in x to the 5th. Now, how do I make to the 5th? Well, I could hit this button here, and then that'll pull up my exponents. Then I can write a 5 up there. Then I can close it out, go through all the steps. Or here's what you need to do. You need to say shift 6, and that makes this little caret, it's called. Not like 24 karat gold, not like carrot that you eat. Caret as in, I think it's like K-A-R-A-T. It means this symbol right there. So I'm going to hit shift 6 on my keyboard. And when you do, you'll see this mark. And then it's x to the 5th, so I put a 5. If you have like x to the 4th, put a 4, or x squared, put a 2. And then down 2 simply just means minus 2. So write your y equals x to the whatever you have. And then if it's up, put plus. And if it's minus, or if it's up, put plus. And if it's down, put minus. There you go. All right, and then finally, number 9. This is the trickiest one. I'll tell you why. You can hit pause right now and try and fill it in on your own. And then I'll check it for you. Everyone always wants to do this. They're like, oh, it's inside parentheses because it's left and right. Okay. Yeah, like that. Why? Because we have to remember that the squared goes on the outside. So make your parentheses. And then if you have right, remember that's going to be a minus on the inside. If you have left, then it's going to be the opposite, a plus. However much you're moving on the inside, like I've got 5, so I put minus 5. And then finally squared on the outside. And it's very unhelpful that they give you this expanded form that always freaks out everybody when they miss these problems, but that's what they gave us. Luckily, you guys have much better than just the response of the problem when you get it right or wrong. You have a tutorial lesson personalized digitally for you from your teacher, Dylan. There it is, the 100% that we always like to end these videos on. Hopefully that made sense. Much love from your teacher, Dylan, across town. As always, I hope this video finds you safe, happy, healthy, and well. This has been Class Away from Class. Hopefully you've enjoyed Level 2 in the Functions unit. When we come back, we'll keep moving up.